Madi just chuntering to himself, but he's played well today since coming into the team after missing match day 1. He's just trying to be muscled off it by Bengui. Play on, says the referee. A little tussle between the two midfielders. Messi again. All his career in Ivory Coast, save for a brief 2-year spell in Morocco about 5 years ago. Played with Asfar, the Royal Armed Forces of Rabat. Dispossessed. Luis Deb into Mahious. Good challenge again. Toure, he's really impressed. Assis looks over at the top. Trying to play in Asale. Mumbai, the substitute. Well, they seem to be struggling for ideas in the final third. Belwisted. Haddad. Oh, you can hear the knock. That's Patsu Kwaku gives his opponent a pat on the backside. After shoving him to the floor, but an apology. On Mahious, the 27-year-old. One shot on goal apiece. Traore plays it out to Mansu. Touch from Core. That's the look of a frustrated figure, Saint-Jean Core. Benayada played in the 2015 Champions League final for USM Alger, lost to Mazembe. That one just sails harmlessly over the bar from distance. And in that final, Benayada was up against none other than Asale. Couldn't stop Roger Asale that day. He scored one and made one. Mazembe beat USM Alger 2-0 to clinch the title on aggregate. Niamba. Essie pings one into Asale, opens it up to Core. Coney in the middle waiting. These others around him, goes deep. Let's see, just once again, he just chests it too high. No foul. Sadie tries to swing it in. Assis. Niampe scrapping and battling and remonstrating as well, and as you can see, trying to point to the referee about White. He should not have been penalised. Salmi, hugely experienced figure in the heart of that Belwiested midfield. Over 200 appearances for the club since joining in 2017. Played all the quarter-finals on the 3 occasions that the Algerians got there between 2021 and 2023. Well, if Stade d'Abidjan are to do anything in this competition, this is surely a must-win home game for them. Pirates next week, as said. Their final home game will be against the might of Al Ahly. And you need to pick up points in your home games if you can. Belwiesden coming forward. Little bit of space, Hanissa picks it up. Bodies in the middle for the Algerians. Just a little check from Benayada. Hanissa just curls it in. And look at the reaction of Mansour Kouakou as Méziane went to the floor. And the Ivorian defender still going, still expressing displeasure, clearly feeling that the 30-year-old Algerian was playing for the penalty. You can see how easily he went down as well. A little touch on the midriff from Mansour. A far harder reaction than the push itself. Bay pointing to the ball as if to say he took it. Saleh, the man he caught. And the Cameroonian substitute making his impact felt, not necessarily in the right way. And he joined in July. Didoumbé. Previously with Etoile du Sahel in Tunisia. Knows North African football well. Provides some of the muscle in midfield for Belwiesden. This is Kure into Niampe as we see the really important challenge. The block to just stop the ball, finding its way to Kassoum Kone. The hardy band of the Belwiesden fans. Far easier journey for those supporting the men in red. Striker goal from Zadi. Straight at Zegbebe. It'll count as a chance on target. Very comfortable for the 34-year-old goalkeeper. Zadi in his normal left-back role. Niampe must have had some talking to at half-time, possibly, because he's been hugely involved. Kouyaté trying to flick it back to him, it didn't come off. Hassef. Well, there's no real urgency to come forward from from Belwisted. Mbaye. Selmy. Kadad. That's a poor pass from Mbaye straight to Core, and Asali just charges forward, and still he goes, Asali, and the tackle coming in. It was telegraphed from a long way out, but Asali just kept on running. 31-year-old, now it's Hanyisa, he goes down. And Zadi may well find that he goes into the referee's notebook as a result of that foul on the South African. Not as ever that he thinks he should have done. Not Hussein Ben Yadder, because Hussein Ben Yadder wears number 3 for Belwisted. That is, of course, Ezekiel Zadi, the left back for Stade d'Abidjan. Five-time league champions in Ivory Coast, Stade d'Abidjan, but none since 1969. All those titles won in the 60s. Their African Champions League crown, as it were, today. Won in the 60s. They're 5 times winners of the Ivorian Cup, but they haven't won that since 2000. It's fair to say that they are trying to build a new chapter. In a pretty prestigious career. You just wonder what the repercussions will be of appearing in this group stages for the first time. This is promising for Belwisted. Chance at goal, and they've finally broken the deadlock. Ayman Mahious does so. He picked his spot. The man who's come in for Islam Slimani. A first real sight at goal for him, and didn't he take it well, because Idrissa Bamba was nowhere near it. And they have been quiet this half, Belwisted. But when the moment came, they took it. And that man, Mahious, the 27-year-old, has his first goal of the tournament. And crucially, Belwisted have a lead away from home. This was a really good run in. And when the pass came to Mahious, well, there was not a lot of room for him to work with. An unerring finish, went through the legs of the defender as well. Look there, through Essis's legs. Really good driving run from Méziane to set up the chance as well. And just how important might that be? I was talking about the fact that this is a must-win game for Stade d'Abidjan, given the quality of opponents coming their way, so you can understand why Bamba and the rest are looking pretty dejected. They had limited the Algerians to very, very few chances. There was the block to deny Anissa Mayo just a minute into the second half. Belhir his straight at Bamba after 7 minutes. I was talking about what they were going to be learning from this debut campaign just a moment ago. And every step along the way they will be learning. Yeah, had the feeling of a game where 1 goal would win it. Let's see if that proves to be the case. Méziane charging in, but he's come down, and it's just on the edge of the area. And a yellow card now for Mansou Kouakou, so that's both fullbacks in the book for Stade d'Abidjan. Lovely football from the Algerians. Méziane, the man who made the goal just a moment ago. The man brought down just on the edge of the box. looks fairly unperturbed by the caution shown his way, the 33-year-old. They've got the lead, now it's all about holding on to it. Interesting, therefore, that the coaching crew going to talk to the men at the back. Well, there is every opportunity to double their lead. Abdel Raouf Benguit standing over the free kick. Benayada also hovering. It's going to be the skipper who takes it, and he clips the bar. Well, that's how close Belouizdad were to taking a crucial 2-goal advantage. Bamba sprawling across his goal. They have never led Stade d'Abidjan. They are tasked again with trying to find their way back into the game. Well, there's a player down. A little look at the referee. And finally, the Mauritian official decides that he will go over and have a look at the goal scorer, Marius. It is not a head injury, but as we become so accustomed to seeing in football these days, it doesn't have to be to stop play, which used to be the ruling. Ahmed Diamonde of Saint-Jean-Court. Going hot and cold, really. The number 10. Can the man who's doubled his number, Diamonde, make more of an impact in the 15 minutes or so that remain? Diamonde will just be pretty like-for-like replacement. He's a winger, the 25-year-old. But Kone has been something of an isolated figure in the game, number 9 for Stade d'Abidjan. You would think he needs more bodies around him if the Ivorians are to find an equaliser. Benayada got 18 caps for Algeria earlier in his career. Often called up and sat on the bench as a reserve, effectively under the previous coach Jamel Belmadi. He lost his job after Nigeria's disastrous Nations Cup campaign earlier in the year in Ivory Coast, of course. Saleh cannot make things happen. The goal has put a little bit of extra energy in Belouizdad's step. Swung out to Marius. Benayada. And Bain, nice little flick from him. Marius, nice play from him, and just showing good strength as well, but Kouyaté, not for the first time today, showing good defensive awareness. The right winger, you can see him trudging to his more familiar slot, but twice now he's dispossessed Belouizdad players in important areas of the pitch, i.e. the Stade d'Abidjan's own penalty area. Essi's just ushering Traoré, the centre-back, forward. See again. Or do they believe, Stade d'Abidjan? that they can do it. Sure, Zadie does. Nice diagonal there, which cannot be controlled by Kouyaté. Only 23 years of age, the right winger. Made a goal for Kone in the opening Group C game, did Kouyaté. And it is little surprise that the noise inside the Felix Houphouët-Boigny Stadium is coming from the visiting fans. Algerian fans known for their passion, of course. Super driving run from Hassef. Well, he can play all he likes, and he's having a go at his opposite numbers for letting Hassef just skip through. So Matt Hughes, whose goal separates the sides, is coming off, and on comes Mohamed Azi. This is defensive-minded change because Azi is a defender, a 22-year-old. Matt Hughes clearly unable to continue after that knock just a moment or so ago. But he took his goal well. But without Slimani, not in the matchday squad today, Islam Slimani, who actually made his Champions League debut in Africa on matchday 1. Quite a feat at the age of 36. And now no Matheus Balhier off the pitch. The onus is very much going to fall on Hanisa Mayo. He's gone far more central now, the South African. To find any more goals in this game for the visitors. They've got just over 10 minutes to hold out. Zadie looking long. Driving run and a little push spotted by the referee, by Niampa. Stuck out his right arm to push Kedan. Seemed to feel that. Perhaps more than expected. Chouaib Kedan. We've got options on the bench if needed. Badruddin Souyad, the 29-year-old centre-back who made 90 minutes in the first game against Pirates, the obvious man to come on should Kedan not be able to continue. He's impressed me in this second half. Niampa got involved, but he's replaced by Abdul Kawanda Latif. He's 20 years of age. Roger Asale did seem to be tiring a little bit just in the last few minutes. And on comes Youssouf Kone, centre forward, just 19 years of age. Youssouf Kone, so that's two Kenos on the pitch now, and both of them playing up top for Stade d'Abidjan, who need a goal. Look at the distance between the defence and the forwards. There's no midfield really to speak of at present. And see, very deep lying always. Sits in front of the defence, and the other five Stade d'Abidjan players all just looking to get in behind a ball over the top effectively. Early involvement from Abdul Kawanda. Not necessarily the one he wanted. Well, look how many men Belouizdad are throwing forward. Just 2 at present. Speaking volumes for their approach to the remaining minutes of this game. It's gone in long, and I was going to say Bamba was going to pick it up, but he's made an awful meal of that. Almost took the ball outside the area. Mohamed Aziz, who's just come on. Driving forward. Here's the fumble from Bamba. Not once, but twice. Just about keeping the ball inside the area. So Banayada with the set piece. She just probably takes short to Meziane. Running down the clock. Eating up the seconds. Kouyaté, bit of space inside. The man has just come on, but he's hit it behind him. Diomande unable to gather the pass from Kouyaté. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes separating Belouizdad from their first away win in the group stages of the African Champions League since October last year. It was a narrow 1-0 win against Zamalek. Terrific energy, SC, despite his 34 years of age. Still going in this 86th minute as if it's the first. Diomande unable to just lift that over his opponent. Alexandre Lafitte. Stade d'Abidjan coach who's been forced, as I said earlier, because of an administrative problem to watch game from the stands rather than the bench. He must be incredibly frustrated and feel this is a game that got away. And there was one where Stade d'Abidjan were in it for long periods. Could have done more. They had the chances, they just simply didn't take them or use the ball wisely enough in the final third at times. Thinking of the wayward efforts by Saint-Jean-Court. Is it going to change now? Into the box they charge. Good bodies in white getting behind the ball to break up the play. Toure. SC. Nice little turn from Zadi, who strikes a goal. And hopping mad in the area. It's often come forward. It's not always gone into the likes of Kassoum Kone. Zadi with glory, and you can see the reaction. Put the ball in the box. The cry from any forwards. You get incredibly frustrated when it doesn't happen. Space. Anissa. Bengui out over on the far side. Hassef coming forward, but well read by Mansour Kouakou. Well, should it stay like this, Belouizdad will move just a point behind both Al Ahly and Orlando Pirates, who have 4 points from their first 2 games. Stade d'Abidjan, the Champions League debutants, will be already adrift after to just 2 games unless they can do something in the minutes that remain and whatever is added on for additional time. Aziz looking for Hanissa Mayo. Suggestions from him that there was a handball from Traore. Once again, just a long way for Messi to play forward to find a man in red. Diomande can't control it. Benayada dispossesses him. Aziz into Bengui, who just tries to open it up and play it over to Meziane. Right in front of the Belouizdad fans. So more substitutions. Usama Daibesh, the central midfielder, set to come on. So too the winger Reski Hamroun. Throw the dice as well for Stade d'Abidjan's Sheikh Mukoro, also a winger. Set to come on in the 90th minute. Need the ball to go out. Zadi slips, but it recovers. They just got to get the ball into the area, Stade d'Abidjan, and they just haven't been doing it. Diomande. It's a better driving run, but still it won't go into the penalty area. And then Zadi just coming in through the back of Aziz, who seemed to be reading the challenge. Into stoppage time we go. 4 minutes there will be. Well, Kouyaté has worked really hard today for his side, but he's not going to be playing the full game. And Mukoro came on, was a sub on match day 1 as well. 33 years of age. So Bengui, the skipper, is off, and on comes Daibesh. Straight swap in the middle of the park. Reski Hamroun, right winger, the 28-year-old. Comes on for Hanissa Mayo as Abdelkader Amrani tries to lock the door. Seal it with padlocks and protect this narrow lead. A really important win that would change the complexion of the group before them. Away to Al Ahly has said next time out. These would be a massive 3 points if they can hold on. Well, Mbaye late, and Mbaye has taken up the patience of the Mauritian official since he's come on. Put himself a bit about, and Mbaye goes into the notebook as well. There's never been free-flowing pressure from the home side. But they have done incredibly well to get to the group stages in their first appearance in this competition. That is, of course, the modern African Champions League rather than the top tier of African club football. Keep time for Belouizdad, which is exactly what the substitute Hamroun is doing. Benayada with the throw. And how much desire, I was going to say, is there to put that into the area. It's just about running down the clock at this stage for the visitors. Toure high into the Abidjan. Over from distance, but it's set up nicely for him. Nowhere near troubling Drissa Bamba. Stade d'Abidjan coming forward in what surely must be their last attack. Diomande, the substitute. Dispossessed by Azy, fairly, says the referee. And Azy and Hamroun just take their time here, I'm sure. Tiptoe forward. Possession, the name of the game for the visiting Algerian side. Daibesh. So the corner flag he goes, and into the 5th minute of stoppage time we go. And it's now all eyes on the Mauritian official as to when he will blow his whistle and signify an end to this game. That is exactly what it's done. And Algeria's CR Belouizdad have won in Abidjan. A 2nd straight defeat in Group C for the host Stade d'Abidjan. But the Algerians have recovered from their opening defeat at home to Orlando Pirates to bounce back with a crucial 1-0 away victory, which keeps them very, very close to the teams at the top of the table. As said, they move on to 3 points, just a point behind both Al Ahly and Orlando Pirates, who drew earlier today in South Africa. That game played in Johannesburg, and it was Ayman Mahious who was the man and the match winner for Belouizdad. They had their chances, Stade d'Abidjan, but they could never really get it going in the final third. Some poor decisions, not enough ball into their striker Kassoum Kone. And Belouizdad just came to life just after the 70-minute mark, after having been very quiet for large periods of the second half. But it was his goal, 19 minutes from time, that decided this tie and sets Belouizdad up very nicely for their next match away to Al Ahly on the 22nd of December. For Stade d'Abidjan, it's Orlando Pirates at home next weekend, where they'll be looking to try and avoid defeat for the first time in Group C so far. It has ended in Abidjan. Stade d'Abidjan 0, CR Belouizdad of Algeria 1. So the possession statistics from this Group C encounter. Stade d'Abidjan had less of the possession after the first half, but they had more of it in the second period to edge it throughout the game. 2 shots on goal apiece, but the better, clearer strike certainly falling the way of the visitors. Belouizdad with Ayman Mahious, his goal after 71 minutes, the key moment. The yellow cards mounted up in the end, both for the fullbacks of Stade d'Abidjan and one for the substitute Jacombe for the Algerians. But it's the statistic at the top of the screen that counts. 1-0 to the visitors. So confirmation of how the group table looks. Al Ahly and Pirates leading the way. Belouizdad keeping pace with them. And already it is beginning to look a tough ask for Stade d'Abidjan to achieve much in this group, which, let's be honest, is an incredibly difficult group for the Champions League debutants. 5 goals conceded in 2 games so far won't please them either. Just the 1 against Orlando Pirates and 2 against Al Ahly and Belouizdad. It's going to be a tight group, and it's surely going to go to the wire when it concludes in the middle of January.